Evening all. Everything seems to be okay as far as the stream goes. Let's begin Stasis Bone Totem. Doesn't look spooky at all, does it? Lights on, please. Thank you. See? Brightly lit. There's nothing to worry about here. It is so much darker when a light goes out than if it had never shone. John Steinbeck. Okay. I got that red. Thank you. This is Salvage Barge Kilo Delta Kilo 12 calling on VHF channel 16 over. Stationary vessel in position. 23 degrees 10 decimal 45 minutes south.
71 degrees 18 decimal 41 minutes west. This is Salvage Barge Kilo Delta Kilo 12
I will
calling
volume
on
up
VH
in a
channel
minute.
16.
I got a break.
Over.
Nothing on the AIS? Nothing.
Keep trying.
Repeat. Stationary vessel in position. 23 degrees 10 decimal 45 minutes south. 71 degrees 18 decimal.
That's way hotter than I expected.
It's a rig! I think it's drifting!
I think it's drifting.
Radar says no. It's definitely stationary.
It's definitely stationary.
Oil rig, oil rig, oil rig. This is Salvage Barge Kilo Delta Kilo 12 calling on VH channel 16. Do you require assistance? Over.
Appears we have no answer from the oil rig. Kane Corporation?
Shit! It's a Kane Corp rig!
Still no response. No comms, no power.
Maybe they bugged out! Just left instead of dismantling her proper!
Only one way to find out. You see a docking port up ahead.
I see a docking port up ahead. Hold on tight. Heavy seas, you could take a lot of damage being securely fastened to an oil rig. Here we go.
Please let everything be all right.
Not likely. It's a
Please
game.
let everything be all right.
If everything was all right, there wouldn't be a game. Is she not paying attention? Good evening to whomever has joined me. Hello. Chapter 1. Fury on the waves. Loading. Loading.
Okay, we're tied off. Rain may be letting up too.
Ha! And the foxhounds are live and sniffing.
Foxhound mapping network connected.
We really think these mapping drones are worth it.
We have to map the whole thing. For the salvage reports, there's no way we do that without drones. And we're borrowing them, Mac, not buying them.
Borrowing has a price too.
Look at it, Mac. If it's empty, this changes everything for us.
Not everything. Sorry. You're right. I'm gonna head into the rig.
Hey, let's sync the QSDs.
Quantum storage device. Shared storage is now concurrent.
Here's active.
Yeah, I still can't find the spare device though.
Oh, it's on Moses. I needed its battery.
Great. QSD on a toy bear. It'll be passing as seashells and barnacles.
He's more than a toy.
I'm going to take just a second and grab a piece of ice, small one, and put it in my coffee because my coffee's too being hot. It's so hot it hurt my mouth. Gloop. Right, use an item by selecting it from inventory and clicking on an interactive location on the puzzle screen. You can only use items on a puzzle pop-up screen. Ping to highlight locations in the environment. Blue means interactive and green means description. Share an item by selecting and then clicking a portrait, or grab an item by hovering over a portrait and choosing the item. Open a PDA to view archived conversations, logs, and collectibles. Place items in the special inventory slots to manipulate them. Mac can break, bend, and crush an item. Charlie can repair or combine items. Switch characters by selecting their portrait. Okay. Bookshelf.
We should really get rid of these. But yet,
The sophisticated robotics kids toy casts a forlorn figure. The patchy fur betrays its age, however, this rare Mr. Kibbles model boasts a learning AI on a par with modern alternatives. Got the bed. Bathes in glow. Thick blankets promise warmth and security. Unopened letters. Picture frame. Family photograph of Mac, Charlie, and Hope. A cherished memory has been frozen in time. The smiling faces look back from behind the glass. Pile of unopened letters has been stacked on the table. The words final notice and payment due emblazoned in the envelopes. We're in trouble financially. Workbenches, Hope's crib. Rainwater drips from the crib's bulging wood. The bassinet's pink paint has been worn away by the weather, and salt water has seeped through the little mattress. As a result, the impression left by a sleeping figure has almost vanished. Presumably, their child is dead. I don't know that. I'm just guessing. Much better. The ocean. The dark ocean seeps into the horizon, an oscillating canvas upon which a full moon radiates, illuminating the ocean rig in the absence of functioning exterior lighting. A persistent breeze tumbles past the ship from the side, carrying with it now familiar scent of salt and rust. Scrap on table. Rusty scrap trawled from the ocean depths. Unfortunately, much of this metal has been corroded by sea wash and acid rain, rendering it useless. That's forward. Cell recharge station. Salvager couldn't be cut dead without a power cell recharge. Comm tower. Ship's comm tower kept sturdy and functional. Throughout the years, liberal use and rigorous application of welded steel and duct tape. Dark water. Void black broth slaps anxiously between the two holes as if distressed by chafing proximity of ship and structure. Various plastic detritus clings desperately to the structure wall, the refuse of a once active workspace. There, the facade. The spotlights that illuminate the Deep Sea 15 logo are either off or non-functional. The loudest tell that the rig has been abandoned or discarded. So what was this way? Forward. The ship's helm is a chaotic jumble of old equipment, charts, and novels. Weathered by use, an entrenched aroma of caffeine emanates from the dashboard-mounted espresso machine. Well, priorities, right?
Okay, let's see.
Blue sky systems plosive. Active. All systems nominal.
Radio check, video check, vitals check.
I hear you. You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mm-hmm. Plug suits live. Signal is good. This rig is massive.
It doesn't look scuttled either. There's way too much equipment left behind.
Curtain of dark runnels coats the walls below, betraying the presence of leaks within the piping. Stacked cargo. Cargo appears to contain disk drives. Water has found its way in, though. It's unlikely any of the data has survived. Saucer, sitting idly and unpowered, is a Luna satellite dish. Sitting idle and unpowered, a Luna satellite dish idles. Using idle twice in the same word. Clumsy. Rust slowly claiming its surface. The amount of cargo left strewn around suggests the dish's demise may have come earlier. Puddles. Various panels seem to have been pried from the flooring, as though the reason for this is unclear. As a result, puddles of rainwater have pooled into the exposed architecture. Examine PDA. Decrypting PDA to local device. Kurt Dog Darren Motorman. Looks like another lab is being set up on the mule. Yesterday's cargo supply. Hey, fat buddy, how you doing tonight? Had at least a dozen stasis pods. This morning I processed a sizable neural cortex vat, suspended in jelly. Not gonna lie. Made me hungry. I forwarded the security protocols to Follis. Unfortunately, the asshole still has me by the balls, and he knows it. I thought it was just in my head, but the more I listened, the more convinced I became that it was real. I asked everyone around me if they could hear it too, but they all just looked like I was crazy. I couldn't shake the feeling that the music was there, though. It was so faint and ethereal, like it was coming from another world. Never had an experience like this before, and it's really unsettling. I wish someone else could have heard the music, so I wouldn't feel alone in this. Investigate and order treatments for cybernetic degradation due to the salt air. Order a mag-lift coupler bracket. Investigate required spares for gas turbines and worn gate components. Order security latches for the maintenance lab. Check for new food and film catalogs. Message to Babs, Darren. Wife, maybe? I fear that I may not express myself correctly if I try to tell you how much you mean to me. I'm working on digging us out of the dead hole that I unwittingly put us in. I can only imagine the shock and disappointment you felt when you found out. I was sure the investment was good, but I recognize now I have a lot to learn. I fully expect to repay the company and get you out of the debt holding facility in 5 years. I have a surefire way of making a ton of cash. Wow. I need to pay off a few game debts, and then I can get my system running again. You'll always be right here in my heart, no matter where I am. Love, Kurt. The pill pushers told me to start keeping a dream journal, so here it is, the same dream I have every night. I am in a magnificent chapel. Large red and black stained glass windows with emblazoned images of Jesus and Mary are staring back at me. 1,000 voices hum in the background. I look down. I have no arms, legs, or torso. My head is part of a seething mass of goop. I hate it when I wake up like that. Not dream like that. Wake up like that. I scream and the entire mass vibrates, and I start humming the same tune. My lips are forced to move against my will. A human figure enters from the vestibule and tears my tongue from my mouth. I am forced to look at the figure. It speaks. I do not understand its speech. Father Melvin would be so proud that 3 years of religious education have finally borne fruit. Jucca passed. 4 crates, 128 bags per crate. Don't confuse berry for strawberry again. Jucca paste, sorry. 25 BioDaves suit gel packs. Order tube, cable, and piping. Spares for the mule, including replacing a mile of melted 10-inch steel core cable. What the hell could fry this line in the freezing Pacific? 2 times calcium injector units for Dr. Elspeth. Captain, are there any issues with the DS... This is to Captain Haskeen. Are there any issues with DS-15 outgoing mail? I've been trying to get a hold of my mother for the last month, and every message I've sent is still marked as pending delivery. I've combed my settings a dozen times. I'm hesitant to push too hard since Kane takes care of my mother as part of my contract, but she's the only reason I put up with this, literally, shit work and criminal pay. I spent the last 2 mornings unclogging sewage and scraping more of Kay's sorted experiments out of assorted containers. I think I deserve the right to check up on her. Can you help me out, Cap, for old time's sake? Bell maintenance keeps tripping the electrics up here, which is a pain in my ass. Kurt, do this. Kurt, do that. Kurt, fix this. So I'm going to bypass Substation 1 and Substation 4, nuke them both from the system. Of course, that could result in catastrophic fire, but that would just be somebody else's problem. No juice for the entire platform means a vacation for Kurt, dog. The dreams have stopped, but the chorus has gotten louder. I can now make out some of the words. Apple trees and pear trees are in blossom. Mists above the winding river float. Corrupted log. Quarantine order as of corrupted. Follis's drone races are on hiatus, which is a bitter news. Worse yet, the quarantine went into effect before the last results and payouts were distributed, so I'm left twiddling my thumbs, waiting for this whole thing to blow over. I can feel in my gut that I won something, maybe even one big. And I can't help wondering if the greedy bugger isn't out there using quarantine as a cover to cut me out. Not found. 65. 65 log entries were erased remotely. Well, it's just as well, or I'd be sitting here for a couple of hours talking at you. Cap's wife came up from the mule in a body bag. Please keep me safe in your care, Kane. Help me to feel your presence and know that I am never alone. Protect me from all harm and guide me on my path. May your love and grace surround me always. Kane is the company. Is Kane also a religious figure? Looks like another lab is being set up on the mule. Yesterday's cargo supply had at least a dozen stasis pods. This morning I processed a sizable neural cortex vat suspension. Oh, that's where we started. Okay. Those are more cargo boxes. The puddles. Facade. Alright, we're down below where we were above. Gate release mechanisms. Use strength. I can use my strength to bend, break, or smash objects in inventory. Duct tape. We always solve our problem with a knife and duct tape. I don't know what that does. That's a ping. Don't know what that does. Okay, that's an exit. I can use my strength. I don't...
Found the power generator. It's not spinning.
Explains why we didn't pick up any radio chatter. Think we can get it running?
Well, it's locked up, but...
Good old point-and-click adventure, boys and
Looks
girls.
intact.
Just a little bit gussied up.
I'm coming up.
It looks like exactly the same stuff.
I forget how frighteningly beautiful the ocean is at night.
Frightening's right. Especially during a storm.
Though there be fury on the waves, beneath them, there is none.
Says who?
Deep Sea 15. What is this place?
Who cares? Let's figure out if it's empty, claim the title, and get out of here.
Well, this one may warrant some overtime.
Alright, we've got two characters available. Use engineering. I can use my technical skills to fix objects in the inventory. 2 items must be in adjacent inventory slots. Metastasized corrosion has eaten away at the Deep Sea 15 signage. Reinforced walls, the steel walls here, seem to have been built doubly thick. While common in construction, encasing, and containing high-pressure environments, it strikes you as somewhat unusual to find a sturdy wall housing rig facilities. What do we got? We got ping, PDA, menu, and help. Yeah, help. Reinforced walls, storage, hastily packed luggage, intermixed with containers filled with spare parts. Substation notice. The informative poster features basic information on the power distribution layout for the DS-15. The code AAFGJJAA is legible. Tanks. A pair of freshwater tanks store water for use by the crew. You're not quite sure how fresh the water is, though, considering how long it may have been standing here. Fan blades. Massive fan blades dissipate heat from the electropump power generation room below. Junction box. The heavy storm gate mechanism components are shielded by the grounded enclosure. This may be a puzzle. Or not. Let's see. Broken control unit. This unit regulates and integrates the operations of the door mechanism. Unfortunately, it looks like a fuse is blown on it. So if I can find a fuse, put those two together, and we can stick it back and we can get to work. Pipes. Vista. This vantage provides a beautiful view of the oceanic expanse, though the highly questionable absence of a railing against a sudden drop results in a vague sense of acrophobia.
Well, that looks heavy.
Yeah, no way I'm getting that open by myself.
Puddles, cargo boxes, facade. Examine the PDA. Is that the same PDA? Presumably I get the same results. Yeah. It's Kurt Dog Darren. Got something else blue over here. Don't know what it is. Stacked cargo. Darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I can do this.
Charlie, I mean it. We can't afford this right now.
What does that mean?
It means when risks catch up with you, they catch up with me too.
Oh, I'm balancing myself. That doesn't seem like a great option, but...
Charlie, goddammit.
I made it, Mac. It's fine.
It was fine this time.
I know my limits.
That's not the point. The point is if you get hurt with our debt, we lose the boat too. Haven't we lost enough?
That's why we're here.
This woman.
Something large and heavy forced these balustrades to near collapse. Whether it fell into the ocean below or was cleared by hand, no trace of the culprit remains. Void. I think that pretty much... A death drop. Okay, cavernous area below. Hums with turbulent winds and echoes of ocean waves. Well, we'll skip the death drop if that's okay with you. Bulkhead. More double-layered steel walls. Cost must have been staggering, though. It begs the question of why it was felt they were needed. Containers. A cumbrous aluminum enclosure stuffed with chaotic assortment of exotic apparatus and equipment. Oh. Yeah, this is easy. Collapsed walkway. Bent balustrade. Sure, easy peasy. Portal window. Condensation blankets the interior portal window, but a dull light allows you to make out the various shapes of machinery within. A dull light.
Looks like this is the only way in. It's rusted shut.
Rusted portal window. On the outside of the window, oxidation has accumulated over time, sealing it shut. Twisted handrail. Well, maybe we can get... the junction box. Right, she's got that. Reinforced walls, storage.
Something's not right. All this equipment, why would they leave it?
You've heard of gift horses, I presume.
Yeah. And Trojan horses.
Junction box. So I don't think I can actually climb up the way she did. I think it did collapse, so we're back to her. Okay, right. She's got the junction. Twisted. A warped handrail, likely victim to the same circumstance that took out the rest of the walkway. Let's see. Ping, alright. A twisted rod. Heavy duty rod looks as if it was part of a crane that was hastily jammed into the window hinge to keep it very securely shut. Well, maybe now we can open it. Use engineering. Okay, I can't do anything with that. Nothing seems to happen when I do. So holding down doesn't do anything. Okay, that's for using engineering. Well, nope, those two do not work together. One of those things is not like the other. One of those things just doesn't belong. What is that? That's just that, all right. No other blue, so there's nothing else I can do other than look at stuff here. Right? Right. Well, we'll see. Collapsed walkway.
A lot of damage here.
Collapsed crane.
Storm must have done this.
Please be careful.
This isn't my first rodeo, Mac.
At this height, the wind begins to tug and pull, exposed to architecture. The beginnings of a howl starting to form as air gushes through skeletal remains of a walkway. Yeah, so we've only got one blue thing here. Let's see what we've got for Mac. The junction box. Don't suppose I can use strength on anything. Nope. We've got substation notice. Code AAFGJJA. JJ. Start push button. Is circled. I've got one more blue area, and that's over here, so this is just taking us back, right? PDA. What is that? That is back to the ship. Mm-hmm. Cell recharge station.
Fuse housing is totally rusted. Gotta fix it at some point. You know, with all the free time that I've got.
Fuse housing. I have a fuse now. We're getting there, guys. That's the PDA. Oh, that's right. We need to go there. And here. We got the fuse box. It has been a long time since I did a point-and-click adventure, I can tell you that. She's got the broken control unit. Can I move it over to him? I can, although they appear to be separated by a wide range. Evidently I can. She tossed it to me. Oh wait, she's the engineer. So, we actually have got to move both of those over to her.
These fuse boxes are tricky, but the control unit should work now.
Evidently we can like toss things to each other, so that's good. How clever is my wife? Is this a trick question? I guess that was below, right? The door was below. The door is ajar. No, it's not. It's a door. I'll be here all week. Locked gate.
Need something to pry this lock.
Okay, well.
You mean like something straight and metallic? Too bad someone lost our crowbar, isn't it?
Hey, that seagull was eating my sandwich.
I'm going to actually buy that. Will the twisted rod be sufficient? Let's use our strength. Straighten the rod. An old but obscure graphene magnetic lock.
Lock's magnetic. If I had something strong and flat, I could probably pry it open. Damned seagulls.
Straightened rod. Well, it's straight. I don't know if it's flat.
And got it. Now let's get that power back on.
I would really appreciate that.
There was always a lot of experimentation in point-and-click adventures historically, where you would try things that didn't make any sense, and eventually pouring the pudding into the lock would work, and they'd explain why. They'd explain why after you'd poured the pudding into the lock. Turbine starter. Okay, so what do we got?
Out of fuel, looks like.
Okay, I now have a fuel container. What else we got? What is that? Rust away. Rust away. I almost lost my mech arm to this stuff once. Damaged hose. We gotta fix that, presumably with the duct tape. Maybe I shouldn't have clicked that. Maybe not. So, if we take, let's see, we need fuel. We'll find fuel first. Generator room. Energy distributed rig through this massive machinery. Transformer. Installed turbine. Puddles. Facade. It's the PDA. Been there, done that. I wasn't scrolled all the way up. It was much easier if you scroll all the way out. Was there fuel here? Cell recharge station. I removed the fuse from here already, so we can't use that. We have a fuel. Hope's crib. That's dark. Workbenches. Ocean. Super toy. Unopened letters. The super toy. Do we have anything we can do with the super toy? Creepy looking thing. Oh, we can turn it on. Oh, it's like doesn't have power. All right. Well, the letters aren't going to help. The picture frame's not going to help. Scrap on table. Forward. Com tower, bridge, facade, dark water. We're looking for fuel. Assume this injects fuel into the gas turbine to start the cylinders bone dry. So what do we got? That will take us out. PDA, that's there, that's there. Gotta be up here somewhere. Junction box, no. Substation, no. How about her? Is she seeing anything else up there? She got any idea if there's a fuel around anywhere? I assume not. No, those haven't changed. This is also one of the things about point-and-click adventures. You get kind of stuck. You kind of get stuck. That's why I was never particularly good at them in the past. Right, is there something over there? Containers. Bulkhead. She's only got one blue, which is one thing that is usable. That I'm aware of. That's a collapsed crane. Collapsed walkway. I've already got the junction box taken care of. Can we nab the if necessary, can we nab that out again? I guess we can, if that becomes necessary. Storage. Substation notice. Vista. Back to the ship. And again, that's the PDA. Think there was anything in there in the way of fuel or usables. The turbine starter. That's where I got this thing.
I get the feeling the solution on this one has to be more than one piece. Might need to look around for the answers.
Good idea. I mean, so I think I can fix the hose with the tape by giving that to the engineer. Rust away. But I don't know. I haven't seen any place that appeared to be overly rusty. Now, maybe this thing is overly rusty. That's a magnet. Let's see. All right, we'll try the hose to her and the tape to her. Swap to her.
And voila! Airtight.
There you go again, using fancy words, making yourself look smarter than me.
Honey, I don't need fancy words for that.
I can see that coming a mile away. All right, that goes back to him. I think I got it figured out. So, hose goes back in place. Empty fuel container goes back in place. No. All right. I assumed then, but this is. No, that's not it. So, turbine starter to activate these old a gas catalyst is used. Generator room, which is where we are. Installed turbine. I'm still looking for gas. I'm only showing two, the junction box. And the substation notice is all we're showing up here. And that's just got information. Presumably this is a clue for something later.
Door won't budge.
Yeah. Rig this size, those bulkheads are magnetically sealed.
Again, all we're showing is go up, go back to the ship, the PDA, and in there, well, I mean, what are the other options here? We've got a magnet. A magnet. We can use a magnet on the door. PDA, pen, menu. Let's go ahead and save it. And that's the instructions. Pen, share an item, open the PDA, place items in special inventory slots and manipulate them. No, don't think I'm missing any instructions. I'm only seeing, if anyone there is seeing anything, feel free to pipe up. But it looks like rust away. Straight and rod. Empty fuel cylinder. Magnet. Is that the thing is, I don't see where there's anything that seems rusted. With the possible exception of that wheel. Baby's gonna run for a week without needing a refill. I assume this injects gas, but it's bone dry. I thought we might be able to rotate this to fill it, but apparently it actually needs to be filled to go here. In which case, I'm just not seeing what I'm missing. Huh. Void, collapse walkway. Containers. Bulkhead. Death drop. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the only blue item. The only usable thing is this. It's rusted. Maybe. Throw me that rust away, will you, honey?
Rust in peace.
Good work there.
Thanks. Heading inside.
All right, we're inside.
Oh, whoa. It's dark.
Wow.
Power's off here.
In a place with no power, it's dark. I need to AFK a sec. Refill my coffee. Just like that. Alright. What do we got? We got all kinds of stuff. We got another PDA over here.
Warning. Elevated heart rate detected.
Oh my god.
Body.
Charlie. What is that?
Dead body?
It's a body.
Yeah.
Okay,
kinda.
that's it. Get back to the boat.
No, Mac. It's okay.
It's okay?
How is it
It's
okay?
a body. A really messed up one, too. We're out of here. Authorities can deal with this.
It's not like we haven't seen bodies before. Remember the Starfall?
That was different. It was a contract. We knew there was going to be...
And now we know the same thing here.
Charlie,
We can do this.
we don't have any idea what's going on here. Whatever killed him could kill us, too.
Exactly. We don't know. We don't know if it's dangerous or if it isn't.
She's
So we stay until we find out.
She's the
Charlie.
smart one.
Just
evidently.
a little further, Mac. We need this. We need it. You know I'm right.
Fine.
A little further.
Fine,
At
fine,
least I
fine.
call it. It's called...
Flayed man. The final meal of a sacrificed man has spilled on the ground. In the dim light, the slaughter-soaked concrete glistens. If it's still glistening, that means, theoretically, I would think, a recent death? PDA. Decrypting. Stephen Cameron, technician. What is with that guy's head? It appears like his melon is way too big. Maybe he's wearing a hat. I hope it's a hat. I've been assigned to assist Dr. Elspeth should she require anything be lifted or transported. Apparently her bones are messed up, soft as chalk. Feels like I'm on Vulcan Death Watch again. Did I mention she smells like zinc and brimstone? 37 log entries were erased remotely. To Captain Haskin. Sir, we lost comms with the mule. Impossible to say for sure, but all the connections going dead simultaneously doesn't seem like a mechanical error. I hear our occupying force is communicating below just fine. I guarantee they've noticed the mule's comms are down, and they don't seem bothered. Captain, my take, they cut the comms to control the flow of information from the mule. Don't want anyone accidentally learning about what's happening down there. If I'm right, they're doing cleanup rather than containment. And we need to make sure we don't start looking like we need a wash. Cap told me that most systems have been shut down remotely. Any attempt to use them brings up an error saying Deep Sea 15 no longer exists. It's now listed as lost. I did stuff like this during my time with Blue Haven in the 70s. We called it a goat fuck operation. Evacuate what personnel and data we can, then burn the place to the ground. The standard procedure was to set the site to self-destruct. This buys time to generate plausible deniability and shape an internal narrative. To the entire list. I'm texting all channels. Is anyone there? The last thing I remember was helping move cargo, captain's orders, and then something heavy hit me on the head, knocking me out. Dr. Elspeth was the only one in the room with me. I woke covered with blood and not a living soul around. What the hell happened here? A ton of debris washed up on the landing. Life jackets and equipment from the Sebastian. I won't tell the captain. He's not coping well. Sweet mother, the bell came back and something climbed out. I heard screams. They didn't sound human. Cap, I got the sentry gun up and running, and by some miracle, I also got the DNA sniffer working. So if we can get a sample from that skin job... Note, that is also what replicants were called in Blade Runner. We can target it specifically. I've seen these rounds perforate tank plating out in the field, so anything to get so much as grazed will be reduced to a chunky mince. The battery was fried, so I spliced its cabling into our power grid. It should stay operational while we have power, and it has ammo. Also, uploads to Luna finished while I was working, so they got whatever data they wanted. Soon after, the system started doing a local scrub of our servers. It took a while, but I managed to catch what it was scrubbing every mention of this operation from our systems. I have a feeling our time is up. Tick-tock. That's all I hear. Goat fuck operations always end in a large explosion. No explosion then? Sid didn't make it. I heard him scream and then he was gone. Cap, you were sleeping when I left. I'm heading out now to deal with the old generator. The gas needs a refill. I should be done before anything goes to hell. Lock the door just in case, please, Cap. I need to head out to grab some supplies and start jury-rigging that long-range radio so this works out for our benefit. This sounds sentimental and somewhat ridiculous given the circumstances, but I'll grab some flowers from cold storage. I know Yvette loved yellow daisies. And we could feel better if we sent her off respectfully. Chin up. See you soon, Cap. And that's the last of that. It appears that things might have gone slightly awry on the station. Okay.
This looks
Like what?
like it's staged, like a ritual.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Hand. Some sort of image on his hand. Let's see, he's got... Okay, that doesn't look like there's anything there that would help with whatever that is up with the hand. Okay. So maybe we'll get something at some point. Oh, his bowels! Oh! Yeah, that's good. There's the flayed man, and over here, his bowels, his innards. That's great. That's really great. A wispy web of meat stretches lazily upwards. Whatever craft or device is holding them aloft, hidden in the darkness above, the strands dance and oscillate in time with the dust particles brought to life by the drafty air. Beads of blood hanging from tendrils, each reflecting a dot of light, a profane decoration upon necrotic wings. Okay, necrotic wings is a bit much. Substation notice. Alright, so these are... Presumably it looks like AA, TK, BN, and AA are out. JJ and FG are up. Presumably this is how we'll hook up the power eventually. Bowels. Really didn't need the bowels. Large equipment. Imposing equipment. Looms over the back of the room, likely a dormant filter or processor for specific liquids. It also seems to have been used as an impromptu location to store scrap. Alright, so we've covered all of this. That's where we came in. Hanging chains. No! Well, let's see. Oh, there's nothing at all Hellraiser-like about that. Variegated hanging chains clink quietly in the soft currents of the draft. We've got the elevator panel showing out of order.
Damn. Without power, this elevator's not going anywhere.
Working on it.
Work faster.
Unknown console. It's unclear what purpose this piece of equipment serves. Best guess is that it analyzes whatever is dropped into its receiver, but it's impossible to know without power. We have a tarp. A couple of these weighty foil tarps have been used to cover the steel framework, piercing through the center of the room, though not much headway was made before the attempt was abandoned. Fuel mix
Look at this.
station.
Fuel cylinder resupply station.
Functional.
Looks it.
That'll come in handy.
So, we go to him. We give her the can. We go to her. She now has the empty fuel cylinder. Oh, we've got a screwdriver. She'll take that. DS-15. Huh? It's a full fuel cylinder. More progress, guys. that's not good.
Mac, where are you? Where are you?
Stasis. Deaths! 1 achievement! Thank you. So, we got ourselves dead. What are those indicators? Maybe I'd left it in a position where what is these indicators there? There's something. Alright, we've got all these rotating knobs, dials. A useless door locking mechanism. So nothing we do is affecting these now. She got anything else up where she is? Now that we know we can kill ourselves quite successfully? The elevator panel, right? There's 4 objects over here, and if memory serves, we've messed with them all. The substation notice. PDA, the flayed man. Okay. How about we give the screwdriver to him? No. I mean, we even taped up the damn pipe, so why did it spray juice all over me and set me on fire and kill me? Yes, thank you, fat body. I assume you're proud of me for, you know, dying. Alright, so nothing happened there. I mean, everything shakes, but nothing is happening there. Okay, I hear it saying error. Alright, so that is... Basically, it's only going to kill me anyway once. That's nice. So we know that that's a mistake. Oh, what else we got? Let's see. Up, examine the PDA, back to the boat. The junction box. Substation notice. JJ. Maybe we pop out the fuse and that'll prevent whatever is causing the short circuit below, if that's what's happening. Again, guesswork. Nope, that's not it. exit and come back, and I twist first, we get a shake, and then we still get an explosion. Yep. Error, thank you. I don't think there's anything up here. Junction box. Let's put the... Interesting, I can't open it up anymore. Now that I got the fuse back out. Oh, I guess because we opened that door. How about her? She got anything else? PDA, flayed man. Workstation notice. I don't have to refill it again, do I? Let's find out. No, it's full. Now we can get that pump going. Yeah, we can get it going until I'm dead, which was not what I had in mind, gotta say. Barricade. Other side of the barricade, it strikes you, you're just not quite sure which side of the barricade was meant to be cut off. Tarp. Unknown console. So I'm definitely missing something here, I think. Okay, the junction box is now sealed off entirely. I wish, now that it's seemingly that its functionality was done with, that it was no longer available, that it would no longer be highlighted in blue. So I must be missing something in here. Oh, not here. Down. No, yeah, here, the turbine starter. These look like it should have some meaning, but I'm damned if I can see what it would be. These little squares with dashes, like hazard, 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 danger, hazard. Okay, how about if these are showing the dials? So like this is dangerous because these are both diagonal. This one and this one, there are 4 dials. This isn't moving those. Which is what I would expect this to move those if a combination here was important. Right, so, okay, this one appears to be, are these individually controllable? Can I use a magnet on them? This is the kind of stuff you used to have to do in point-and-click adventures. And she's not carrying anything, right? Correct. Is there anything he's got that I can put together on her? Screwdriver and magnet. yes, this is just guesswork. Nope. So presumably this is the problem, is that both of these two are pointed in a hazardous way. No, that shouldn't be it, because the fourth and first are pointed this isn't changing anything. Now they're all spinning around. And they're back the exact same way they were. And there's nothing else here that I can fiddle with. It's just those two things. I have to check. I'm going to have to try and do a spoiler. This is why I'm unlikely to be playing this tomorrow, is simply that if I've got to use spoilers, that makes for really unentertaining streaming. But I don't understand what's going on, what the problem is. So, give me a sec here. I can't even remember the name of the damn game. Stasis Bone Totem. Stasis Bone Totem. Gas. Fuel. Cylinder. Fire. Open the junction box and take Charlie. Use back to use the straightened hinge pin on the lock to pry off the metal cover. Note of the pattern between the dials. This will be used later to get the correct fuel mixture. Charlie is rust away, enter the portal, suspect the dead body. Cannot do much now, but it will reveal some technology embedded in the skin. We saw that. Continue working through until you get the fuel resupply. Take the fuel container from Mac. Copy the same pattern you saw on... Oh, it was the wrong fuel mixture. Okay, alright. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, back to her. Let me look at the... So it's 1 4 let's see, 1 4 7 1 4 7 9 11 1 4 7 9 11 1 4 7 9 11 1 4 7 9 11. Is that it? 1 4 7 9 11. Yep, that's it. 1 4 7 9 11. Oops, I don't think I moved it. Didn't move it. All right. Controller station. Switch distribution input control correct sequence. Oh, this is the AAJJ kind of dealio, right? So, yeah, we've got 4 activation things. AA. So, that's the controller station. And it's up here. Was the substation. Was AAFG JJ. AAFG JJ. Power grid failure. Switch substation input correct.
That diagram I saw back on the turbine, that might help me get this up and running.
And they circled JJ. So these kind of games can be interesting, but I can't see myself playing it another day on stream. I might continue to play off stream. Start push button. All right, now I have to try and figure out the actual order here, I guess. Is JJ last? So JJ must be last. AAFG. Okay, AA in the bottom, then AA in the top, FG, because I'm looking here at how far they are to the left, that left. I don't see it. Yeah, you can make out the lines, but it's probably tough for you to see where they're showing up here. This one is the most left, then that, and then JJ. So we're going to try that. But this is the kind of thing that makes these games frustrating, and why I seldom ever finished them, to be quite frank. Is there's so much trial and error involved. I mean, it's an interesting game so far. I like it, but so AA, FG, JJ. No. Input correct substation sequence. We'll try one more, see if we can figure it out. And I'm also just not a fan of having to like run from place to place to get the information. They're making this more difficult maybe than it should be. So, power. Shows AA is a broken line. AA is a broken line there. FG does not appear broken. JJ. Maybe JJ is the only one that actually needs to be in place because it's the only one that's actually... So we push the button. It comes over here to JJ. I don't know if this background is supposed to be actually informative or what the deal is. For instance, there are 2 breaks from here to the start push button and AA. But AA also has lines over here, and you can't really see how everything is necessarily lined up. If you read the journal of Kurt Dog Darren, you'll note he has to bypass stations 1 and substation 4. This knowledge combined with the note should allow you to restart, change the 2nd and 3rd. AA is sort of like the default setting.
And let there be light.
Good work. Problem though.
What?
Can't access the rig schematics. There's a security lockdown. Stand by.
Mapping vector updated.
Okay, I'm in. There's a control room through that sealed door on the upper deck. If we're gonna override the lockdown, that's where we do it.
Got it, I'll check it out.
Also, the screens are pretty small. This is no longer functional. Again, I repeat that I wish it had just gone away.
So, yeah. There's no chance I'm squeezing through this.
What about Moses?
You're kidding.
He's helped sort scrap before. Already has a comm rig and a QSD. We can trade items with him just like we do with each other.
I don't like talking to him. Every time he asks about...
He was with her when it happened.
It happened because of him.
That's not fair.
I'm just saying what it is. She jumped in after him.
It's still not fair.
Fine, I'll get the damn bear.
Here, take his key. And be nice.
Smart bear. Do I have to be nice? I already don't like the smart bear, and I haven't even met the smart bear.
I am Moses. I am Hope's best friend.
Yeah.
Hope isn't here, Moses.
Ah, yes. I remember. The water. I do not like water. She tried to...
Head up to the top of the rig. I need you to squeeze through an open door there.
I will not see Hope again.
Head up to the top of the rig. Get through the door. Now.
Yes, Mac.
I'm a very smart bear. I'm a remarkably slow
I
bear.
miss Hope, Charlie.
I do too.
I miss playing with her.
I do too.
Is it wrong to wish I could stop missing her? Sometimes I feel guilty for wishing it.
No, I think that, It isn't wrong at all.
My Charlie. I do not like water. In water you are powerless. There is a lot of water here. Water is unsafe. I do not like water.
It'll be dry inside. I promise, Mouth.
My Charlie. Charlie Mac, I am inside.
Okay. Now you need to get to the control room. It's on the other side of that bulkhead.
We have secured crates. Various cartons of non-processed food have been stuffed into these containers. We have floor. Many months' work of leaks from rain. Faulty pipes, generally maintained by regular upkeep, have flooded, generally maintained, have flooded the floors and doused the interior with humidity. I do not like water. Pooled water. Soggy pieces of detritus, or detritus, I prefer detritus, I think, float in the thin film of liquid muck that covers the floor. Ducts and pipes. Putrid air. The interior radiates an unusually high heat, made worse by a pungent aroma of rot. Charming.
This place smells bad. I would like to go home now.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
Language, Mac.
I know, Moses. It's okay. We'll leave soon. I promise.
I will leave soon.
We've got a roster. Looks like blood, gotta say. Deep Sea 15 Pool League. S. Barnell, Ganty, Freeborn, F. Ganty, the other one. There's two F. Ganties. H. Morgan. Winner gets their choice of shift rotations for a month. 2 months, someone wrote. C. Captain for setting pool numbers. Or getting pool numbers. I can't make it out. So the captain will have the pool numbers, and presumably at some point will be the notice board. A series of notice boards displaying variety of materials, rotation schedules, and notice arrivals, departures of staff, notifications, sign up for crew activities, TV schedule. Regulation reminders are dotted around, adverts for company products, and personalized iconography. I thought it said pornography for a second. Wishful thinking, obviously. Rot. The unwelcome aroma of damp intermingling with rot permeates this room, a scene of chaos, with furniture driven aside and handfuls of paper left to disintegrate in the standing water blanketing the floor. The pool table. The forlorn pool table was shoved to the side. Dampness has copiously ruined the felt, and mold has claimed much of the remaining base. The overturned table and chairs speak to a panicked scene, either pushed to the side to make room for something, or being moved through, or a victim trapped by frustration. Broken window. A web of glass fractures burst outward from the impact point in the window, most likely done with one of the nearby chairs. The windows here are heavy-duty glass, considering it hasn't shattered, despite the damage. Take a look.
This is not safe for children to eat.
Look at that. Food's still on the plates.
Yeah. They left in a hurry.
Or didn't leave at all.
Take a look. We've got 8 stars and a spooky figure. Looks like it's at the wheel with a bunch of people watching. And over here, that'll take us through. Is there anything else here? That's where we came in. That's the roster. The window, so let's keep on going.
Kitchens can be dangerous places. Utensils, sharp objects, and powered equipment should always be stored safely.
I really don't like this guy already. A befouled collection of mugs, plates, and utensils, all caked with a thick layer of rotten leftovers. The stink is invasive and aggressive, and proximity would invoke profound nausea. Well, he's a robot, so maybe not. Window. False rain trickles down the window exterior, presumably from a cracked pipe above. Damp consumables. Ooh, a little momentary light. A befouled collection. Okay, yeah, we read that. Water bottles. Over a dozen water bottles are reserved for cooking. Whatever chemicals were mixed into the water have long since begun to separate, spreading a sickly stain within the interior. Oh, that's charming. Menu. A pair of menus listing what meals and ingredients are sanctioned by corporate, and a list of what provisions are delivered weekly. A small mountain of plastic cutlery, plates, and bowls lies trapped within and underneath the overturned rack. Spoiled food. Rows and piles of processed foods, company-mandated ingredients conspicuously untouched in a kitchen otherwise stripped of supplies. Shells. Whatever was stored here seems to have been removed before or after the rack was tilted over. A sickly green mold spread across the rotting food. What do we got? We've got, that's probably to another place. That is another PDA. Sid, Cookie Monster, Mason, the chef. My Christmas lunch menu is Peruvian string beans and oyster soup, followed by prime rib and pickled eggs with a chestnut dressing, salad on the side. Dessert will be cloverleaf rolls dipped in honey. Double rations for your drinking pleasure. Personal log. I caught a glimpse of Dr. K's new pet this morning. She's been growing some tumorous meatballs in Baron's lab. I swear her cooing to it as though it were a newborn while she carried it around in a napkin. Her obsession with mixing her bodily fluids into whatever organic morsel she can find is getting to me. What the hell? While cooking breakfast this morning, I suddenly panicked that she'd somehow contaminated the ingredients. Not long ago, I found one of her fish in the extended storage freezers, covered in pustules. Oh, this is sounding a little bit like Dredge. A weird mucus-like goop crawled out of its gills and across the drawer interior. I swear to God, its dead eyes were staring at me as if pleading. I asked Steve to toss it, burn the drawer, and order a replacement, but I can still smell the thing no matter how much I wash. I was asked to whip up a batch of night juice for Kurt. He's still having those bad dreams, a tasty blend of synthetic opioids, cough syrup, sedative hypnotics, and essential oils. We'll have him sleeping like a baby in stasis. I hear whistling. I am genuinely happy that I went through all that effort to get a transfer topside. I was cooking down there long enough to get a whiff of what they were digging up. Imagine being in lockdown there. I wonder if Abdulaziz is okay. I doubt we still count as friends after the way we parted, but I wouldn't want anything terrible to happen to him. It's that synth asshole Corbin who keeps me from visiting. Gotta say, it's been a luxury not needing to worry about random security inspections, cavity searches, or dipshit attitude. I'm no longer a holy man, but I've been praying that some Black Ops thug mistakes him for a toaster and puts a few rounds in his plastic face for target practice. Yeah, that would put a smile on my dial. Great news. The company rescue boat, Sebastian, is being prepped for departure. We've been tasked with loading boxes of reports and crates of artifacts aboard. There's barely enough space on deck for all this treasure, so I'm not sure where we'll all batten down. The ship's crew seem to shudder with disgust whenever they look at us. They aren't even Navy. These guys look like bullet stoppers. Whatever, I'm too tired to care, and I'm glad most of us will get off of this miserable platform in an hour. I hope Abdulaziz joins us. 12 log entries were erased remotely. Guess we're part of the collateral after all. As the ship departed, I saw Baron and several executives watching us plead the way a child watches a worm eat an insect from the inside. This was the first time I allowed myself to really see his face. It'll stay with me to the grave. Cap D has called a strategy meeting. An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its leg to escape. We will survive this together. My Christmas lunch is Peruvian. That's where we started. All right, so we went in there, came out here. So this is next. Great.
The floor is slippery here. Children should be cautious.
Screws. So.
Goodness. This could cause injury if it lays here.
I'm gonna cause injury to you if you keep spouting out public service announcements. This is a deep sea installation. everything on it's dangerous, okay?
Just ignore him, Mose.
My Charlie.
Alright. Oh, that's high. And that's low. So can we cut this? Put that back. Magnet. Straight rod. She's not carrying anything. He's not carrying anything. So that's all we've got. High speed. And low speed. We've got gas reservoir, a pair of tanks containing compressed air. One tank seems to have recently sprung a leak, likely due to a lack of maintenance. Control room bulkhead. Massive magnetic clamps ensure that the bulkhead access point can be shut in case of a breach.
Turning this on and off is fun. I like watching it start and stop.
Wow. Can we make it, maybe burn it out by just turning it on and off? Have you tried turning it on and off? Oh, it does look like it's melting.
I'll say this for him, he breaks things apart really well.
Thank you, Mac.
That was sarcasm, dude. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff in here. Observation bay. Morbidly, it
I'm
seems...
in the control room.
Good work, Mose. Now, can you find an access point and override the security lock?
Am I allowed to do that, Charlie?
We're giving you permission.
Can he do that?
Yeah, he can. I've, kind of improved his design. He's a very smart bear now.
I am a very smart bear now.
Oh, help me. Written on the glass. Observation bay. Morbidly seems the staff were abandoned along with the facility. I'm waiting for another light flash. Because the help me was written here, backwards, so that anyone seeing it from outside can't see what that is. Okay. SOS. Little that sours a salvage job more than finding those three letters, SOS. Having to sift through a location and learn what happened is an experience that profoundly affects one. Tubes. Steel tubes carry data cables, control signals to the rest of the Deep Sea 15 ocean platform. Dead consoles. There are a series of work terminals and readouts from long range and local communications to weather readouts and structure integrity reports, but unfortunately only one seems to be powered. Enthusiastically barred door hints at the size of the facilities within. A corpse. Humid air has resulted in the skin being pulled taut to the bone. The back of the chair is visible through the bullet wound. Oh, nice. Must be a nice big clunky bullet wound. The terminal. Cane. Mule showing, oh well, that's reassuring entirely that the mule, whatever it was, presumably either a movable object underneath or a sub base or something, has a six-legged octopus as its emblem. Waiting for a response. Sentry gun and security lockdown. Security lockdown.
Connection secure. Firewall override. Access granted.
Improved. I see what you mean. He's actually useful now.
Mac, please be nice.
It's a damn toy.
Not to her. He wasn't.
Exterior and interior bulkheads are cycling pre-checks. Please be patient.
Mag doors are gonna open.
Alright, those are still turn on and offable. See what else we've got here. Examine the PDA.
Hello, I am Moses. What is your name?
Moses found another body.
Getting a really bad feeling here.
Just a little further.
She's not the brightest. PDA. Donald Big D Haskin, Captain. You will make all indulgences to our representative Baron as if he were Kane himself. To the crew. As of 0800 hours, the mule has initiated quarantine. Supplies and water will be rationed. So listen up, fuzznuts. If this is your first quarantine experience, crockery only gets washed once per day after evening chow. One flush only. Get used to this shitter smell or pucker up. You get one fresh water shower a day. I'll be keeping an eye on the meters. One meal pack per employee, company, or commissioned per shift. These restrictions do not apply to corporates. We'll adjust rationing to accommodate their schedule and proclivities. I'll be hassling the mule for updates on how long this time will last. Hopefully it's just a drill like last time. It's been 3 weeks since this lockdown quarantine bullshit started. Somebody really humped the bunk. Miss you, Yvette. Hope you're safe down there. 25 days in, still no updates, not a word from Yvette. The banging and shouting you've been hearing over the last hour would be the unannounced arrival of the SEC team. The ship they arrived on, the Sebastian, is moored to the DS-15 Dock 5, which is out of bounds. Do not screw with these guys. They stormed the facility like they were raiding a goddamn drug lab and had itchy trigger fingers for anyone standing in their way. These war chickens are taking orders directly from corporate, and the rest of us are just in the way. I'm available. Pardon me on. If you have any questions or concerns, but keep your eyes open. For God's sake, keep your distance. Keep it together, Don. Your crew needs you. That will be fine. I've read more bad news. The weather service has alerted us to a mother of a large shitstorm approaching our mobile Chernobyl from the southwest. Our own ping jockeys predict we've got 9 hours before it hits, so tend to any hatches and bulkheads. You know the drill. Get those supplies strapped down or brought in, and make sure your assigned cargo has been mag-locked. I want everything to be ship-shape. Let's not take any chances here. This storm looks like an angry one, and the grunt work will help keep our minds off things. Log entries. 49 log entries were erased remotely. Attention, with the storm rocking in 2 hours, we were given marching order. Pack up your shit and get to Dock 5 in 30 minutes. No exceptions. Move it. Kane's reign. Someone at HQ didn't want us talking and flipped the kill switch. All outgoing net functionality is dead, with a single exception, Kane Luna. It's the only place our hardware is talking to right now. By the looks of it, it's a hell of a conversation. Mule comms are still good, but our broadcast blackout means they're also cut off from the rest of the world, and I'm starting to think that's the point. The Mule hardline died. No more chatter from Kane Luna. Screams for maintenance. Part of me regrets not boarding the Sebastian when it left, but I couldn't abandon my crew or Yvette. It's nice to have her close, even like this. I keep wondering if I could have saved her if I'd fought my way down earlier. Rationally, I know they'd just have shot me, shot us both. But maybe it would have been better to die together instead of just finding her too late. I'll meet my maker soon. Waiting is agony. I'm just too tired for it. But I think it'd be nice to watch the fireworks with her, to just sit together one last time before everything comes crashing down, listening to our hearts beat in tune as we join the Nexus. And restart. Body bag, secured elevator, sentry gun. Body bag. The shimmering plastic of the body bag bulges as though the contents are straining to get out. I'm sure what could possibly go wrong. Oh, was not expect. A beating heart in an open chest.
Children should not try this.
I now have a bionic heart. I don't have a real heart, but I do have a brain. Yeah, right, about that. Am I going to tell them I have a bionic heart now? Because that doesn't seem like a great idea. High caliber sentry gun is programmed to autonomously aim and fire at targets identified by its genetic sensors.
Guns are not toys.
He's right. So that is probably looking for the genetic code. And if we open it, the door without the genetic code, whatever's inside comes out and face murders us. So that's the sentry gun. Should we turn on the controls for the sentry gun? I'm thinking yes. It's on. I'm a robot. It shouldn't shoot me, right? Secured elevator. I think maybe I put the bionic heart there to lure something, but I don't know for sure. I think there was another way. Was there another way to go back there? Not sure. We've done everything we can here. Unless we have a use for the heart, which is maybe... Oh, let's find out. I'll do a save. Well, at least I can't stick the heart on there as a lure. So, we've got the gun, we checked the body bag, we have the heart.
The door is closed.
You're small. Find a way in.
I will try. My Mac.
Alright, well, we've got that. Let's see. We'll see if any doors have opened for the others. Here up the next level. What's up the next level? That's where we sent Mac in. Or, sorry, not Mac, the frickin' toy. Mac. No, I'm Mac. I can't remember his name. How about her? No. Security implant required. Okay. Let's see. Give her the screwdriver. We go back over to the flayed man. Disabled security implant out of his hand. Oh, he's got flowers growing out of his eyes. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe I have to fix it somehow? It's a disabled one. A heart. Magnet. Fuse. Straight rod. Power source. Maybe she can put the two together. No. Nope. We have a disabled security implant. How do we enable it? The biopower heart source is still functional. Can we pry out the power? No. Magnet. Maybe we can do something with the magnet. No. Fuel mix, we've taken care of that. Substation notice. This is more of the same stuff, right? Oh, this is the clue. He's disabled those two, and that's JJ and FG. Got it. Yeah, alright. Now it makes a little bit more sense. Flayed man. Is there anything else out here? I don't think so. No, this is the only thing. So she definitely has to be in there. He still needs to be in where he was. So we've done everything that we can do here. By turning on the gun and opening up the security door, we've done everything that's doable here. The sentry gun has low power. Depleted power cell. Fuse. Okay, back out. That's the PDA. We've done everything we can with that. The body bag. We've done everything we can do with that. I do wish that once we were done with an object, the blue would go away. I have stated that previously, but so I think maybe we need to have the gun just to shoot to blow open the door. Check the sentry gun again. Power cell. There's the power cell charger. It's down here. Don't think it was in there. I think it was on our ship. Like right there. The fuse back in place. Charged power cell. I'm a hero. Okay, I can't remove that anymore. Okay. Return this to our little fuzzy friend. Our little fake fuzzy friend.
Something has activated behind me. Something colourful. Hope loved colours.
No targeting data. But something woke up behind Fozzie Bear. Papers. Holo table. A ghostly visage floats in silence above the holo table. It appears to show a man-made structure on the ocean floor. Presumably that's the mule. Yep, still nothing happening here. Okay, it went off. Back on. No target data. The only thing we have here is we're looking for like a CD or something like that to get for targeting data. I mean, a heart's not going to fit. That's the only thing we've got, right? So we need targeting data. No, nothing. She got any more information here? That's the PDA, the flayed man. That's the substation notice. Fuel mix. Nothing, and he's got a straightened rod. Okay, he's on the ship. We've got unopened letters and a picture frame. Somehow I don't think either of those are going to play an important role. That's the PDA. The PDA are not pick upable. Junction box. Did I miss anything back here? PDA, we examined that. Take a look. Collectible VHS was found. Oh, why didn't I find that before? Alright, we took a look at that. That's the entryway. That's the roster notification. Come right back out here. We've only got 3 entries. entrance are 3 clickies. I'm going to be calling it an evening real quick now. Terminal still out of action. Let's see if we've got any more information on the spoiler. Sentry gun, both of these, that's unlock as well as security. Take this area, eject its power cell, yeah, give it, return it, yep. Replace the fuse, switch to Moses, interact the center of the race. Has no targeting gun, unlock firing. Select Charlie and take another look at the dead body. If you read the journal next to him, you'll see that he references a DNA sniffer on the sentry gun. Use the screwdriver to remove the security implant, which I did. Give the bionic heart to Mac. Let him detach the power supply with his strength. Holy crap. Never would have thought of that. Didn't I just give him the heart? No. To Mac, he uses his strength. I see that's, to my mind, that is a bad example of the system working. He's got to use his strength to pull a small object off of an object.
What is it?
Separated the power source from this heart. Was completely embedded into the meat.
Thank you.
Wash your hands, Mac.
Yeah. Give this back to her. Go back to her. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this goes with that.
That actually worked.
What did you do, Charlie?
Just mimicked the sound of a human heart to get this security implant to work. Nothing big.
So smart, Charlie.
I see why you keep him around.
Burn! Oh, sorry. Service error number 43, unable to cycle. Well, we've got something that needs to go there. Magnet? I'm smarter than I look, guys. I missed it on the first time I had to check. The second time with the heart, I do not feel silly. I think that is a bad puzzle.
Oh, Jesus. I got 2 more bodies here.
Like the ones upstairs?
No. No, these are worse. And they're in body bags.
I'm getting really close to calling this, Charlie.
But I won't, because the game won't allow it. Let's see. We've got blood. Clumps of dried viscera still cling to the ground, the sight and sense of which make your primal instincts spike. The hope that the splatter was caused by a dropped corpse is hardly comforting, but the alternative is too terrible to consider. Body bags. Putrid excretions have stained the canvas sheets. Oh, lovely. Diving bell terminal. Elevator diagram.
What the hell? This isn't an oil rig, Mac. It's some kind of lab.
Yeah, I see it. It explains why there's no AIS. Yeah. They're operating off the grid out here.
But why?
All kinds of stuff. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. So it's really an interesting game, but it's also frustrating, sort of common with most old-style point-and-click adventures. They've added lots of additional little touches that make this cool. But I don't think it's good streaming content. And I tend to get frustrated because if I have to check in 2 hours, I checked the spoilers twice, which isn't terrible. But of those two, one of them should have been figured out by me. The second one, I had no reason to assume that was the solution for it. And that's always the problem for me, is I get irritated and frustrated with logical jumps that I didn't take because they weren't logical. So I don't think I'll be playing this anymore, although I do like the game. And to anyone who is interested in this style of game and is more patient than I am, I think I would recommend it. But I don't know how much more I'm going to play, if any. And certainly no more tonight and no more on stream. So, tomorrow is Monday. You're welcome. And I expect to be streaming at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. This is my pre-birthday preparation party, sort of. My dress rehearsal for my birthday later in the week. I'll be enjoying adult leisure beverages and playing whatever the hell I feel like. Maybe Guild Wars 2? Maybe not. On Tuesday, Guild Wars 2, the Halloween event starts. I will probably not be on Tuesday as I'll be suffering the effects of Monday. But that's my plan. And then Wednesday is the big blowout. My annual mortality reminder day. Another completed solar lap. So that's the plan for the next few days. Monday and Thursday should be interesting. Not Wednesday. Thursday. Thursday is the actual annual mortality reminder day. But I am done for this evening. I hope you had some fun, some interest. I imagine this was not great watching stuff because of me going back and forth and banging my head against things. But I do want to thank you for hanging around, and sticking around. I should be back tomorrow, the usual time. Hopefully you will see me soon. Have a great rest of your Sunday night, and as always, I try to give my viewers an achievable goal. I hope your Monday doesn't suck. Back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.